Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to Learn English in Real Life, your podcast for slow and clear listening practice to help you improve your English. I'm Alex, and I'm here to share today's topic, Finding True Love, that special person who makes your life happier. This episode is perfect for intermediate learners, so if you're at the B1 or B2 level, you're in the right place. In my opinion, learning about love while practicing your listening skills is a fun way to grow. I think this topic is exciting because it's like a science experiment. You try, learn, and improve. So, get ready to listen slowly and carefully, and let's explore how to find true love in an honest and meaningful way. Dating can feel really tough sometimes, don't you think? Maybe you've tried dating apps, gone to parties, or joined a club to meet someone special. But it often feels like you meet people who aren't serious. Maybe they care too much about themselves, act fake, or stop talking after one date. I believe this happens because we often want a perfect partner. But we don't always think about how to be a great partner ourselves. In my opinion, if you want to find true love, you need to work on being amazing too. When you do that, the people who play games or aren't serious start to fade away, and you attract people who truly make your life better. The key to finding true love is being yourself, the real you, not someone you think others want you to be. I think one of the biggest problems in dating is something called neediness. Let me explain. Neediness is when you care more about what others think of you than what you think of yourself. For example, if you change what you say or hide your hobbies just to make someone like you, that's needy. Maybe you pretend to like a movie or a sport you don't really enjoy, just to impress someone. That's needy too. People can tell when you're not being honest, and it's not attractive. It's like trying to trick someone into liking you, and most people don't like that. But when you're confident in yourself, you feel good about who you are. You don't need others to tell you you're great. You share your true self, and that's what makes you attractive. Let's look at some examples to make this clear. Imagine someone who always tries to act funny or smart around their friends because they want everyone to think they're cool. That's needy. But a confident person just enjoys spending time with friends because it's fun, not because they need approval. Or think about clothes. A needy person might buy clothes they think others will like, even if they don't feel comfortable. A confident person chooses clothes that match their own style because they like them. Or maybe someone stays in a job they hate because it looks impressive to others. A confident person looks for work they enjoy, even if it's not fancy, because it makes them happy. I believe this confidence is so powerful. It shows you're happy with who you are, and that draws the right people to you. Why do we act needy sometimes? I think it's because we don't always feel good about ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, we try to get love from others, and that causes problems in dating. So, how do we fix this? In my opinion, it starts with taking care of yourself, not to impress others, but because you want to be healthy, happy, and strong. Let's talk about some important areas to work on. First, your health. Taking care of your body and mind is a big step. Eat healthy food, exercise, like walking, running, or doing yoga. And if you have worries or problems from the past, talk to someone, like a friend or a therapist. When you feel good, you have more energy to go out, meet people, and be fun to be around. I believe this is so important because it helps you feel strong and confident, and that makes you more attractive. Next, let's talk about money. Money can be stressful, right? Ignoring money problems makes things worse. Learn how to save a little, spend less on things you don't need, or find ways to make more money. Maybe start a savings account for emergencies or pay off debts. When you feel okay about money, you're less stressed, and that makes you more pleasant to be around. I think getting control of your money helps you feel free to focus on finding true love. Then there's your job. Nobody likes a job they hate. If you're always complaining about work, it's hard to be happy with others. Even if you can't have your dream job right now, you can try small things, like learning a new skill, applying for a better job, or doing something you love after work. For example, if you like art, take a class or draw in your free time. I believe when you enjoy your work or hobbies, you bring that happiness to your relationships. And don't forget your social life. If you always go to the same places with the same people, you might not meet someone new. Try something different, like joining a book club, taking a cooking class, or helping in your community. These activities help you meet people who like the same things as you. I think having a fun social life makes it easier to find true love because you're meeting people in places where you feel happy. These areas, health, money, job, and social life, take time to improve. And that's okay. You don't need to be perfect. The goal is to keep working to be a better version of yourself every day. When you do this, you feel good about yourself, and you attract people who like the real you. Now, where do you find true love? I believe you should start with what you love to do. Do you like music, sports, helping others, or maybe reading? Focus on those things because they make you happy, not just to meet someone. When you're doing what you love, you meet people who share your interests. For example, if you love science, join a science club or go to a museum event, not a loud party where you don't feel comfortable. If you love quiet evenings and knitting, don't join a skydiving club to find true love. Be yourself, and you'll find people who like you for you. What about dating apps? I think apps can be a good way to meet people, especially if you're busy or new to a place. Studies show many people meet online and build strong relationships. But you need to use apps well. Be clear about what you want. If you want a serious relationship, say that. Some people might not like it, but that's okay. They're not right for you. It's better to find out early than to waste time. I believe being honest on apps helps you find people who want the same things as you. Here's something I think is really important. Being honest and open. Forget about silly dating games, like waiting days to text someone, or pretending you don't care. If you like someone, tell them. If you want to know them better, say so. Being open is scary, but it's strong. It shows you're real. In my opinion, when you're honest, you attract people who are honest too. Being honest also means being vulnerable. That means sharing your feelings, even when it's hard. For example, if you're dating someone and you want to tell them something they could do better, like listening more, how do they react? Do they get angry, argue, or blame you? Or do they listen and try to understand? I believe the most important thing to look for in a partner is someone who can admit their mistakes and talk about them openly. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has flaws. But a good partner listens, learns, and grows. Here's another way to think about it. Imagine you're dating someone, and they tell you something you could improve, like being more patient. How would you react? Would you get upset or argue? Or would you listen and think about it? I think being able to have these honest talks, without fighting or blaming, is what makes a relationship strong. It's not easy, but it's worth it. In my opinion, this kind of openness is like a superpower in relationships. Let me share a story to explain this. I've heard about people who had bad relationships because their partners wouldn't admit their mistakes. They argued, blamed others, or caused drama. But when they found someone who could say, "I made a mistake, let's talk about it," everything changed. Those relationships were stronger and happier. I believe this is the one trait you should never compromise on. A partner who can take responsibility for their actions. Some people might think this sounds too strict, but I don't think so. Everyone has flaws, and that's okay. The important thing is how you and your partner handle those flaws. If you can talk openly and grow together, that's what makes true love last. I believe finding someone who can do this is the key to a happy relationship. Finally, let's talk about a rule I love: the yes or no rule. It's simple. In a great relationship, both people should be really excited about each other. If you're not excited about someone, or they're not excited about you, that's a no. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. They're just not right for you. Even when you argue or have problems, you should both still feel like, yes, I want to work through this together. This applies to everything, from the first date to a long-term relationship. For example, if you go on a date and you're not excited to see them again, that's a no. If you've been together for years and you both still want to make it work, that's a yes. I believe this rule helps you focus on people who truly want to be with you. So, to wrap up, finding true love isn't about chasing perfection or playing games. It's about being the best version of yourself, taking care of your health, money, job, and social life, and doing what you love. It's about being honest, open, and confident in who you are. It's about finding someone who's excited about you and can talk about their flaws without drama. When you live this way, you attract people who value you for you, and you build a relationship that's real and strong. Thanks for listening to Learn English today. I hope this slow and clear episode helped you practice your listening and gave you ideas about finding true love. If you liked it, share it with a friend. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep being you. See you next time.